You right there, ladies and gents, how is it going? I'm out on Tango, I guess Tango, not sure. It's got a Tango doll. Still working on that one. But yeah, I believe this one is now called Tango, and it's my new to me, brand new to me, 35 mile old KTM 690 Enduro R. It's not brand new though, it's a year old. The person that had it before me just didn't use it. What a crying shame. I got a bargain. Sweet, I like that. But yeah, since you last saw this, if you've been following the channel, it's changed a little bit, potentially. I can't remember if I've shown the stuff I've done or not. But yes, when I bought it, it was a bog standard Enduro R in orange, and it looked just like an Enduro bike. Now, it kind of looks like an adventure bike, and I guess I'll show you around it when we get up to wherever we're going. This is my very first ride on this bike. I didn't test ride it, I haven't ridden it since getting it. All I've done is throw parts at it. Yes, possibly not the brainiest idea, but I've been getting the bike to somewhat how I want it for me, for my adventures, for my journey through motorcycling over the next few years.
Keep that vibe. Drop a side down.
So as you can see, I'm kind of riding it a bit like Miss Daisy at the moment. So I am running it in. It's a brand new engine, even though the bike's a year old. How crazy is that? Who'd buy a bike and not ride it? Madness. But I'm very much glad that they did. I had considered getting the latest, greatest version of the 690. I like that it's got a TFT dash, but it's not really something I care enough about to have made it worth the extra money. But the new one is apparently taller and heavier, only by a bit, but even so, why would I want that? Why would I want taller and heavier? I know Euro 5 plus means that weight comes on a little bit, so they probably had to add an extra bit of catalytic converter in there somewhere or something or other. But yeah, it just didn't strike me as value for money. So I was looking in the classifieds for a second-hand version of the bike. I wanted the last incarnation of it, so I was kind of restricted to the last couple of years. And they were all much a lightness on price, with about £1,000 discrepancy, maybe a little bit more for private sales in how much they cost. But they either had a good amount of miles on them, or they were just a little bit overpriced, I thought, for what they were offering. And then this one magically appeared. I think it was on eBay, it might be an Auto Trader, can't remember, but this one magically appeared, and I was like, oh, and it was up a little bit higher than I wanted to pay. Not that it was a bad price, but it was just up a little bit more than I wanted to pay. And I was just like umming and ahhing, and then fate happened. He only gone and dropped the price by exactly the amount I was thinking of haggling the bloke down on. So yeah, destiny. It basically meant that providing the bike was available for me, I said to him on the phone, it's like, I'm not going to haggle. If it's as described, I'll pay what you're offering. And I almost gave him a deposit over the phone, but he had someone else wanting to view the bike that day or something, so I was just like, yep, okay, no problem. And he seemed like a good chap, and he was a lovely chap. So thank you very much for selling me your unused motorcycle, mate. Appreciate it. So some of the bikes I was looking at were actually with a lot of the modifications that I wanted to do done already. Not all of them. I would have still had to put my hand in my pocket for them, but some of them already had like the wings exhaust pipe, or a different exhaust pipe. Some of them already had the suspension lowered, and bits and bobs like that. But there was only a couple that had like the rally tower, and they weren't the latest versions of the bike. So I was just like, nope, not one of them really floated my boat enough for me to put my hand in my pocket for them. Whereas this one, because it was completely unmolested, I knew it was going to cost me. I knew it was going to cost me to convert it, to do all the things I wanted to do to it. But it was effectively a brand new motorcycle with just 35 miles on the clock. So I just knew, it was destiny for me, with my little fancy for new things. It effectively covered both bases there, didn't it? Brand new, but a year old, so depreciation already taken, and no one else has abused the bloody thing. I've done most of the things I want to do to it. It's booked in, providing the parts turn up. It's booked in to get lowered. KTM do a lowering kit for the bike, so I've got that on order, and I'm hoping that that pitches up in time so I can get it over to Steve Jordan's. That will make the bike a lot more accessible to me, but I have already lowered the seat. I've got a SeatConcepts seat on there, and that does help. Before, I couldn't even see the ground on the standard seats. It's only a 15mm drop, but I was just no hope of riding it safely like that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been putting off riding it, was I wanted just to make sure I wasn't going to bin it as soon as I stopped somewhere. And I can just about manage on one tippy toe with it as it is. So currently the stock bike is, I think, 910mm seat height. This is a 15mm lower, so we're at 915mm seat height. And conflicting information regarding the lowering kit. It's a KTM official part, but some people say it's a 40mm lower, other people say it's a 25. But if it's 25, that's an inch. That will mean that I'll at least be able to get on it a little bit easier. I'll be able to get on it a little bit easier, and I'll also be able to dab a foot without too much trouble on the trails. And if it's 40mm lower, well, that puts me down at around 875 seat height, I think. So that will be very manageable considering how skinny the bike is. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's 40mm, but if it's 25, that's fine too. So yeah, that's booked in with Steve Jordan's in October. I'm not sure when this video will come out. It might have already happened, I don't know, but I do try and keep my videos a bit more current than that. So I'm hoping that that will be happening very soon, and I'll be out on this a little bit more properly, and be able to enjoy it a little bit more. It's all very exciting getting a new motorcycle, but if you don't feel confident on the seat height of it, it makes it a little bit of a daunting experience. I think with the lowering I had done to my Beta, that was a similar sort of height to what this will be. I had that lowered 2 inches, and then also had a 15mm lower seat on it, and that I think had a 930 seat height stock too. That was skinnier than this, so it was very easy to get a foot down on that one, but I think it was still slightly lower than this is. Oh, you don't appear to be in the right place, Mr. Bull. Not in the right place at all. I'll probably make another video showing all the things I've done to the bike. There's millions of videos on people adventurising these things, and I don't think I've done a huge amount different from what other people have done, because I've got my recommendations from watching videos about the bike and what other people have done. Yeah, the bolt-ons and stuff I've done have been things or similar things to what others have done, but it's my one. This is my version of it, so I will kind of go through that. And this tower is one of the things I've done slightly different from what I've seen. Most people have fitted the full-on rally tower, whereas I've kind of gone for the light version of it from Rade Garage, and I much prefer that. It's lower. I've never been a fan of big screens. I'm also hoping that this screen here will be low enough for me to be able to fit the bike in my van without taking it off. I don't van my bikes very often, but it's convenient to be able to do so. And I think as it stands at the moment, it will be low enough to do that, and it should almost 100% be low enough to do that when I've got the bike lowered. So yes, that should be good. I have to say, so far at lower revs, this bike seems a little bit smoother than my other 690, the 690 Duke. They've both got the same counterbalance engine, obviously different years versions of it. That one's a 2017, so it's quite old compared to this one, so I imagine there has been an awful lot of advancement in what they've done with the bike since then, and this one does feel a lot more refined. The vibrations seem less, and it just seems to be pretty silky smooth, whereas the Duke is just a little bit raw in the lower revs, but that might be because this has got your old traction control and stuff like that, which could be taming it a little bit, I don't know. And it's also the mapping, but it's whatever it is, it feels alright so far. Although I am getting the bike lowered, it's very nice sitting this tall. You can see everything. It's like being in my van, but with like no pillars to get in my way, no blind spots, apart from over my shoulder, I guess. But the van's got them too. But yeah, this is lovely little riding position, and the SeatConcepts seat I knew was going to make my posterior feel a little bit better on the bike compared to the standard one. The standard affair is pretty solid. It's not as bad as the Beta. The standard seat on the Beta was literally, I'm pretty sure, made out of wood. Well, I am a little concerned about the lowering kit turning up. The company I've ordered it from, they've been very good, very upfront with me, said that 3 people ahead of me on the queue have also already ordered it from a little while ago, and KTM keep putting the delivery date or expected date back. Yeah, that is a bit of a worry. I know KTM are still kind of finding their feet and what have you, so you've got to expect a little bit of disruption. But for something as common as a lowering kit on a bike that's tall is possibly something that they should concentrate on, I'd have thought. It's just something that I imagine is quite common, and with the fact that there's 3 people in front of me on the queue already would suggest that there is a demand for them to make the part. If it all else fails, I'll order a lower side stand as an aftermarket jobby. Cancel that order and get Steve Jordan's to source the lowering stuff for the suspension elsewhere, which I'm sure they're capable of doing. It would just be a little bit more of a pain in the bum than having a ready-made kit. Because this road is so rubbish now, to head over to Newlands Corner, I'm very tempted to do the short green lane that takes you up to it. But like I say, I've not had this bike lowered yet, and it is quite daunting to be able to get a foot down. I'm fine going up in a controlled situation to a set of traffic lights for just finding a toe and the tarmac, but yeah, other than that, it's just a little bit much for me. The bike is very light, so it's not like massive, but yeah, it's definitely something that I am going to avoid until it's lowered. I know I said I was not going to do any green laning till spring, but I can't wait that long, and I feel absolutely fine as far as the heart recovery goes. It's just building my strength, and the only way really to build strength is to do things. So yes, it's kind of like this catch-22 thing, chicken and the egg, isn't it? So I will just wing it, play it by ear. No one has said I can't do trail riding. It was only a self-imposed thing. It was only me that said I wasn't going to do it till spring, whereas that was said when I was still with an open wound on my chest after the man ripped the alien out of me. I'm not actually in any rush to get anywhere in particular, so I might not even stop at Newlands. I might just carry on. I just wanted to get some miles on the bike, see what it's like, try and enjoy it, and get that new bike excitement thing kicking off in me, because I want to love this bike. Without being crass, I've spent a lot of money making it what it is, so I need to like it. And so far I do, I very much do. I am not in any doubt that it's a bike that I'm gonna love. I think it's very much going to be a cherished machine. I am sad to have seen the Aprilia go, but for a while now, even before the heart attack, I was always just sitting there going, it's heavy, and no matter what people say about it being a mid-weight, it's still blooming heavy. I know this is like a first ride video, so I should be telling you all about the wonderful things about the motorcycle, and I've not really been doing that as such. I'll actually do a first impressions review of it once it's run in, I think, when I can actually enjoy the engine a bit more and maybe actually take it on a trail. Yeah, it's no point doing a first impressions video on a bike in this way. I need to actually be able to trail ride it, as that's what the bike's for. I need to be able to open up the engine, which you can't do on a brand new engine. So yeah, it's just no point me telling you what the bike's like to ride in too much details now, because it will all change. It will change massively the moment I've got full revs and I have more confidence in the seat height, because that's how the bike will be then. That will be a completed motorcycle. whereas at the moment it's like a custom build that hasn't got all the bits on it. But TLDR at these nice relaxed paces that we're riding at, the bike is so well mannered, it's so lovely mannered. There's nothing to complain about at the moment, other than I just wish I could reach the ground a little bit easier. But yeah, I'm well impressed with it, well impressed. So I'm sitting here at these lights, and I've had to slide half a butt cheek off the saddle, and I'm very much on tiptoes to reach the ground. So yeah, it's doable, but it's just not ideal. This is where I'll be coming in a few weeks' time. Steve Jordan's. Get them sort the suspension out. Between the central reservation there's a cycle path. I used to ride my 50cc bike home from school along that, because this road here was a dual carriageway back in those days, and it just felt very, very dangerous being on a 50cc on a road where people are often doing well over 100 miles an hour. These used to be a bit of a tearaway set of corners, these did. Quite dangerous, lots of crashes and stuff of people outweighing their talent, yeah, that's why it got turned into a single carriageway to slow everyone down. So Michelin bends, and yeah, back in the day, this is why people came to Rikers. They'd tear up and down these bends, and then stop for a cup of tea at Rikers, and then start tearing up and down the bends again. Right, well, although I'm very much not ending my journey here, I'm going to kind of end the video here in a second. But let's just have a quick look around the motorcycle so you can see it in its current state, see what it's like, see what it lookies like. Right, so this is the bike, my little Tango doll. Yes. On my old Instagram it shows what it looked like originally, and possibly in the old YouTube short. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how it's looking. I've got some little bits to sort out for it still. Obviously getting it lowered will be the main thing to do, but I'm hoping to sort some graphics out for it as well, some custom graphics. I've been on to Crispy Designs to get him to sort that out for me, but yeah, he's a busy guy, so I don't know how quickly that'll happen, but we'll see. But I don't mind even if it stays looking like this. I think it looks great. These are the plastics off the Supermoto, the black ones. They don't do anything exciting for the Enduro version, but yeah. Anyway, right, so this is the bike. There's your wings exhaust pipe, and yes, lovely jubbly. Right, I'm going to go and find myself a cup of tea, and then I shall get back on the bike and spin some more miles and keep working towards getting the bike running, and hopefully soon it will be a little bit lowered and a little bit more accessible to me. So anyway, yes, right, if you haven't done so already, please do click that subscribe button if you're keen to see more videos on this 690 Enduro R or Adventure R, whatever you want to call it now. Please do click that subscribe button. Other bikes on the channel: KTM 690 Duke, which I've recently got, and also a V-Strom 800 RE, and I've had several other bikes on the channel too, so my back catalogue, there might be something that you want to see. Anyhow, so with that all said, yes, if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a little thumbs down, and please drop down a comment below. Let me know what you think of this bike, whether you've had one, whether you want one, whether you'd never touch a KTM. I don't mind at all, but I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, you ride safe, take care, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Gonna keep that bar.
No, when you've been tangled.
Rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bar. Rubber side down.